All right, welcome to the first module in the high ticket trainer program. This is by far the most important module in the entire program. Be sure to watch this whole thing from start to finish because we're going to show you how to get that money. All right. And we're going to show you how to get that money fast. It's very important. It's very important that you make money fast. All right. I know people say, oh, make money slow or do this. So like, no, man. No, it's critical that you make money fast. Let me explain something to you. What if I told you someone made $100,000? Whoa, $100,000 sounds impressive, right? What would be the first thought that came to your mind? This person made $100,000. What's the first thought that comes to your mind? All right, think about it. All right, okay. You thought about it. Now, what if I told you that it took that person 4 years to make it? 4 years to make $100,000. Are you still impressed? Are you still happy or still excited? No, you shouldn't be, right? Because $100,000 over 4 years, that's 48 months. That's around $2,000 a month. That's not very impressive. Nothing to write home about. Nothing to get excited about, right? There's people who do that on unemployment, depending on how much money you made before. Like, there's been people who can make that on unemployment. That's not impressive at all. You can make that at Starbucks. All right, you can make that driving Uber Eats. It's not a big deal. Okay, now, what if I told you that person did it in a month? Are you excited? Right? Are you impressed by that? Yeah, of course you are, and you should be. That is impressive, right? Right, and it's not outside the realm of possibilities. We have students who've done it. We have students who do it all the time, right? For example, this is one of our students, Cole Taylor. He said, yeah, last 4 weeks, I generated 130K in new sales. Come on, man. And while he was on vacation for part of the time, right? You can do it, and we're going to show you how, right? So, but here's the thing you need to understand. Financial success is not about how much money you make, right? It's about how fast you can make the money, right? Because you weren't impressed with $100,000 in 4 years, nor should you have been, right? You probably thought we were talking about a year, and you're like, okay, that's impressive. But $100,000 in a month, that probably blows your mind. That's really impressive. See, it's all about making money in the shortest amount of time, right? And being able to repeat that. That's what financial success is really all about. It's not about how much you make. It's about how fast you make it. Let me explain, right? The average American, the average regular guy or regular girl walking around the street in America, right? They're going to make about $1.7 million in their lifetime. Right. But here's the problem. It's going to take them like 60 years to do it. Right. Financial success is not about how much money you make. It's about how fast you can make the money. And let me explain to you how this works. So the average person is going to make this much money, $1.7 million throughout his lifetime. But this is going to get all eaten up. Let me explain. It's something called the velocity of money. All right. So think about your income, how much money you make typically per month, your income. Right? Minus your monthly expenses. You all have monthly expenses. I want you to think about right now. How much money do you need just to survive? Food, water, shelter, right? Transportation, you need just to survive, right? Per month. All right. Maybe even take it up. But what do you need to maintain your current lifestyle per month? Right? Right. So you subtract that by how much money you make. That's the surplus. This is the most important part. You got to outrun the bills, baby. You got to outrun your monthly expenses. Those monthly expenses are going to come every month. No matter how much money you make, you're going to have those expenses. You're going to have to eat food. You're going to have to pay rent and or mortgage, right? You're going to have to pay for your cell phone bill, and Verizon doesn't care what happened, right? You got to outrun the bills. You got to outpace it. And this is the problem. This is why this person makes 1.7 million over the course of 60 years, but it all gets eaten up by his monthly expenses and he has no surplus. You got to make money fast so you can outrun the bills and so you can have surplus. Now, once you have that surplus, man, that's going to allow you to do things, have things, right? Right. That's going to allow you to go on vacations, right? That's going to allow you to take better care of your family. This is my beautiful son. Look at him, man. Look how happy he is to be with his dad, right? Take better care. When the pandemic came, right? COVID pandemic. Right? I don't know when you're watching this, we might be in a different pandemic. I don't know, right? But when COVID-19 pandemic came through, his mom got laid off. I'm not with his mom, and she got laid off from her job, as did many Americans, right? And no fault of her own. And I said, listen, don't even worry about it. I'm rich. I didn't tell her that, so I didn't knew her asking me for no extra money, right? But I was like, yo, I'm rich. Don't work. Just take care of the boy. Make sure everything's cool. She lives in New York. Her expenses are high, right? She lives in New York. We both live in New York. I was like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of you, the family. I'll pay the nanny. I'll do all that stuff. Don't even worry. Everything's gonna be fine. And it was, right? It was, right? So you need that. You need, but it's only because I had the surplus, right? Right? Surplus is gonna allow you to buy nice things. This is my beautiful girlfriend, right? And she likes Louis Vuitton, man. Listen, fun fact: if you're dating sexy Instagram models, they like nice things, man. They like nice things. Luckily she's, I'm conscious of how important the velocity of money is, so I'm able to provide that. It's no big deal. She don't even work, man. She just take care of the king, right? You could quit your job. Maybe you want to quit your job. Right. I had 4 jobs when I first started my online fitness business. I used to wake up at 4 a.m., right? Take the train from Queens, New York to Harlem. If you know anything about New York geography, you know there's no easy way to get to Harlem from Queens by public transfer. So that was a long commute. I would train people in the morning, right? I would shower at the gym. Then I would take the subway down to Soho, where I worked security, right? I would do that from like 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then I would work a moving job where I move people in and out of their homes. And I did that for 2 years, right? While trying to build this business, right? And I also had a job on the weekends, right? I trained people on the weekends, and I would also manage a restaurant in Queens. This is like 14-hour days, 7 days a week for 2 years, on top of trying to build my online fitness business. Right. So when it started working, using the tactics I'm gonna show you guys, I was able to quit those jobs, get a big FU. I only had 2 hands, but I had 4 jobs, right? So there was a lot of FUs I had to give. I'm sure you would like to give that FU to your boss, and you can get out there, man, have some freedom, right? And then with that freedom, you can use your surplus to travel. Maybe you want to go different places, man. Where you want to go? You want to see the world? You want to see the world? You want to see other continents, right? This is an image of me in Rome. I had to go when I went to Rome. I had to see the Colosseum, see what the other warriors before me, where they used to do battle, right? And then this is me in the Cayman Islands, getting kissed by a dolphin. I don't remember consenting to that. But it's okay. And then, so yeah, you can travel, do things that you love, right? You can send your kids to the best schools, right? This is my son. Right, he's already in this picture. He's 2 years old. By the time he was 2, because I had enough surplus to give him exceptional education as a child. He's 2 years old. This kid could count to 100 in both English and Spanish. Kid's already bilingual because I got him a Spanish nanny, and I told him to never speak to this boy in English. Right, and she's with him all day, every day, and she's taking great care of him. And then when COVID came. Right. I was supposed to put him in, preschool, nursery school or something. I was like, nah, just keep him with a nanny. It's more expensive, but he's getting better education, I think, because she's really smart and whatever. I'm taking care of him. What I'm trying to say, you can do that with your kids, man, but you got to have the surplus. You got to outrun your bills, do that surplus. And here's the thing, fun fact, those of you who have kids or want to have kids, studies show that children from wealthy parents are more likely to succeed than even intellectually gifted kids born in low income, right? So studies show that kids from wealthy parents, it's the number one indicator of success, how wealthy your parents are. It's the number one indicator of success. Not saying you can't be poor and grow up to be successful. I'm a multimillionaire and I came from the gutter, right? It could happen. It's gonna take a lot of work, but this is like statistically, kids from wealthy families do better. I know we hear about those kids, the socialites who are like messing up on drugs, but we only hear about them because they're the exceptions, right? They're not the rules. On average, wealthy children are significantly more successful, and if you care about your kids, you want to give them the best opportunity to succeed. That's what I've done. But you need the surplus to do that, man. You need the surplus to do that. The surplus will also allow you to take care of your family. This is my mom and my sister, 2 women I love most in the world. And when I was younger, my father shot himself in the head, man. He shot himself in the head, committed suicide, left us with nothing. And I had to take care of my mom, my sister, right? And this is why I started my online fitness business. I needed more money. So I had to figure out a way to make it happen for my family. And I have. I was able to move my mom to a better place out of South Side Chicago. Now, I pay all the bills. She doesn't have to worry about nothing. I buy her, expensive, beautiful things for her birthdays and gifts. And my sister, I help her out with her son. Like, if you care about your family, it's imperative that you have enough money to support them, because your family's gonna need. Listen, your family's gonna need food and shelter. That costs money. If you want to take care of them, that's the best way to do that. All right. Maybe you want to get out of debt. The surplus is going to help you do that. Get out of debt. Get from under some bills. I have zero debt. Zero. I don't know nobody nothing. I don't know nobody nothing. Right. And that's a wonderful feeling. You can have that too, but you need the surplus to do that. Maybe you want to invest. I got my brokerage account has millions of dollars worth of investments in it, right? But it all comes from the surplus. My son has his own brokerage account, right? His college tuition, everything's paid for already. He's 3 at the time of this recording. Right? He's 3 years old, right? And he's the beneficiary to all of my stuff. So if I ever die, unlikely, but if I ever die, he's taken care of. He's set for life. The boy don't never have to work again, but he will, because he comes from a long line of straight up G's, right? So he's going to do that. But you need the surplus if you want to set that kind of stuff up for your children, right? Maybe you just want to become financially free, right? Maybe you just want the freedom that comes from working for yourself, having your own business, not having to worry about money, buying the things you want to do, you want to buy, going to places you want to go when you want to do it, right? You need the surplus. Getting the surplus will allow you to do that, help you become financially free. The surplus will basically give you anything you want in life. Whatever you want, odds are it costs some money. Odds are it costs some money. And the surplus is what's going to get you there. And remember, income minus expenses equals surplus. That's why financial success is all about speed. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how fast you can make the money. You actually have to make the money fast. All right. So how do we do that? Well, that's what this module is all about. So before we get into it, something you need to know, lay down some groundwork. We're all living in the past. What I mean by that, what you're living right now, your current circumstances, your present circumstances are the result of everything you've done in the past, all the decisions you've made in the past, right? You're living the result of that. If you want your future to be different than your past, you're going to have to it's all dependent on what you do now, right? The decisions you make now. And you made a wise decision by joining HTT, probably the best thing you ever did in your life, right? I'm confident of that. I can say that with certitude. And that's going to, and if you apply what you learn at HTT, your future is going to be way different than your past, way different than your present, right? But you were living in the circumstances. So remember, the present circumstances are the result of everything you've done in the past, right? You're living the results of your past actions and decisions. So if you want your future, if you want the results in your future to be different, it all depends on what you do now, right? Your future is going to depend on the decisions you make now. All right. Now, listen, the stuff I'm going to be saying in this module is going to take a lot of hard work. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to have to change a lot about the way you've attacked your goals, the way you've tried to accomplish things in the past. You're going to have to change a lot of habits. And it makes sense, right? Because if you don't change, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. If you keep doing what you always did, you're going to keep getting what you always have, right? So you're going to have to do a lot of things different. It's going to be, I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. Well, okay. It's simple, but it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some dedication, right? But you're a soldier. You're a champion. You don't back down from challenges, do you? Nah, you don't do that. You're not that kind of person, are you? I don't think we would have let you in if you weren't the kind of person who rises to the occasion and attacks his goals, no matter what stands in his way, right? So, but some of it's going to be difficult. All I'm asking is you go hard for 90 days. Because let me tell you something about success, right? Especially only $10,000 a month. That's not a big deal, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not a big deal. It sounds like a lot, maybe from where you came, but it's not a big deal, man. I'm telling you, right? It's not a big deal, right? So it's like this. Success is kind of like this rocket ship. Check me out. This rocket ship, for it to go into space, the space shuttle, it has these huge fuel tanks on it, right? They're bigger than the actual ship, and it's just full of fuel. It takes so much fuel to get the actual shuttle out of the atmosphere. But then once it's out the atmosphere, it lets go. It lets go of those rockets, and now it can coast. You know what I'm saying? Now it can coast. So if you want to just get to $10,000, all you got to do is go hard for the next 90 days, and then you can coast. You take your foot off the gas. You can just coast, and you can make $10,000 indefinitely if you put in the work up front. Only if you put in the work up front. Now, if you want to get past $10,000, if you want $20,000, like, you know, or even more, like a lot of our students, or like the example I showed you before, $100,000, what are you going to keep your foot on the gas the whole time, right? You're going to keep it. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody's that tough, but everybody can be tough for 90 days. Everybody can be tough for 90 days. And I'm assuming you are one of those people. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't let you in the course, right? If you were just some loser who couldn't even focus for 90 days, doesn't that sound ridiculous? That's not you. I'm confident. I'm excited to see how far you take it. Now, check this out. Here's the thing. You're going to have to go hard. And let me show you why. Because your results are dependent on your performance, right? But the it's not just what you do, it's the quality of what you do. So let's say you have poor performance. What kind of results are you going to get? What kind of results do you think you're going to get? Most people say, oh, I'll probably get poor results. They're wrong. They're dead wrong. You get nothing with poor performance. Poor performance gives you nothing. There are no rewards for poor. You might want to write that down. There are no rewards for poor. If you're an employee at a job and you're bad at your job, what happens? You get fired. You don't get bad results or poor results. You get fired. They get you out of there, bro. If you're a bad spouse, a bad boyfriend or girlfriend, what's going to happen, man? She's going to dump you. He's going to get rid of you, or your spouse is going to cheat on you, man, because you suck, right? And they should, right? They should. You deserve it, right? Because you haven't been doing a good job at what you're doing, right? Okay. I know none of you guys, we wouldn't let you in HCT if you were the kind of person whose standards were so low that you had poor performance. Let's say you're doing good. Say you have good performance. Hey, this guy's good. What do you think you get? Most people may think you get good results. Wrong again, right? Good performance gets you poor results. Think about it. When people get laid off from jobs, right? Are they laying off the best people? Nah. And they didn't have any poor people. Those people got fired already, right? So they had laid off the people who were good. Right. Let's say you're in a relationship and your spouse breaks up with you. They want to see other people, and you might be like, man, I was a good boyfriend. I was a good girlfriend. Right. Yeah, you were good, man. But good is like not good enough. See, good is the baseline now. Good is the baseline. Think about it. Any phone you buy, any smartphone you buy, it's probably good. It's probably good. Right. It's better than the phones we had when I was in college. We had flip phones, Nokias. It's better than all of those, right? Everything is good. If you buy a car right now, if you buy a brand new car, it's good. I'm sure it's good, right? But it's not a Tesla. It's not a Rolls Royce, right? Good, you get poor results, right? Now, I know you guys want to be better than good. Of course you do. You want to make $10,000 a month, right? Only like 8% of Americans make that much, right? So to do that, you probably have to be outstanding, right? You have to stand out. So if you are outstanding, you literally stand out amongst the rest. What kind of results you get then? You get good results. You get good results. It's not fair. You're better than almost everybody, but the results you get are only good. Think about it. Everybody in the NBA, every professional basketball, they're all outstanding. They all play basketball better than almost any of us do anything, right? But they don't all have shoe deals. Some of them don't even get playing time. Some of them just ride the bench their whole careers, right? Some of them get cut, right? Or so let's say they're outstanding. Let's say they just ride the bench their whole careers. Most of them you never hear of, right? You can't name every player on your favorite team, right? You only know the stars, the elite ones, right? Now, let's say you are elite. What kind of results you get then? Oh man, you get everything, right? It's so disproportionate. Everybody in the NFL is outstanding. All of them, right? There's only 1% of the population are professional athletes, right? They're all outstanding, at least, right? But only the elite get shoe deals. Only the elite get sponsorships, right? Only the best win the championships, right? There's levels to this. And that's what this module is about. How do we take yourself? How do we go for elite, How do you make yourself elite so you can get everything you want in life? You don't want good results. You certainly don't want poor, and you don't even want nothing. That's probably not even within your self-concept, right? You don't want good results. You want everything. You want everything you want. You want to take care of your family. You want to travel. You want to have your own business. You want to make money. You want to get out of debt. You want to be financially free. You got to be elite. I'm only asking you to do it for 90 days. I'm only asking you to do it for 90 days. You do it for 90 days, then you can coast, baby. Then you can coast, unless you want more, right? A lot of you want more, right? But just do it. Just commit to 90 days. Can you commit to 90 days? 90 days of elite level performance. All right. And let me show you how you're going to do that. Let me show you how you're going to do that. It starts with your mindset. This is very important. It's very important. It starts with your mindsets. See, the people who are elite, they think different. They behave different than the people who are regular. Right. And it starts with this. Some are called a champion trifecta. So there's a few things you need. Let's say you want to be a champion, man. You want to be elite. All right. Well, you're going to need to learn how to get some momentum. You got to start going in the right. Oh, this is in the wrong order. Don't worry about it. You're going to need direction. You got to be going. You got to know where you're going. You got to know where you're going. You need to get moving, kind of like that rocket ship. You got to get that momentum. You got to go fast. We've already talked about how important it is, how speed is, especially as it pertains to financial success. Right. You got to move fast. You get all that, you'll have success. Right. Here we go. All right. So how do you get that? All right. Well, first you got to have goals, clear goals. We're going to break that down. Right. Then you got to have discipline. You got to have discipline, man. You got to have discipline. Right. Everyone know that you got to have discipline. But what people don't talk about, they think it's just goals and discipline. No, you got to have energy, man. You got to have energy. And we're going to explain all this in a minute. Just bear with me. Right. So there's 3 parts to each one of these. For goals, first thing you need, clear goals. We're gonna break down how to clearly define your goals, what you're trying to accomplish, and break it down. Most people's goals are wishy-washy and whack, right? Then you need a detailed plan to accomplish those goals. Almost nobody has that. All right. We're gonna break down a detailed plan for you to accomplish your goals, knock it out the park, and then you're gonna need deadlines for every step of the plan, right? That you adhere to. You see how to get a little more sophisticated, each one, right? Okay, clear goals, cool. Most people don't have clear goals. Some have that. Almost none of them have a clear plan, and none of them have deadlines for every step. Right there, just with this circle, you're better than almost everybody, right? We're going to break that down in this module, right? Then you're going to need discipline, man. You got to have discipline, and there's 3 parts of discipline. First part of discipline is you have to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you feel like it or not. I'm going to repeat that. You might want to write it down. Discipline means you do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you feel like it or not. We're going to show you how you can get that, how you can get more discipline, how you get rock solid iron discipline, because you need it to accomplish every your goals. Can you imagine an undisciplined person becoming successful? Does that even make sense? It sounds like a joke. That don't even happen in the movies, right? But then you need to sacrifice. There's going to be things you're going to have to sacrifice. There's going to be things you're going to have to give up to accomplish your goals, right? We're going to show you how to do that. And we're going to show you how to do it the right way so you can still enjoy life and have everything you want, right? And then you're going to need, this is the wrong one. Then you're going to need the third ingredient I call relentlessness. I'll explain what that means. I'll explain what that means when you get in. This is the superpower. This is going to make you like the Terminator when it comes to accomplish your goals. So anything that stands in your way, you can accomplish it like it's nothing, like a boss, all right? Now, energy is really important. Energy is really important. Right, you're going to need. There's 3 parts to it. First is physical health. You got to have top-notch physical health. But I'm sure your health is good, right? I'm sure you're alive. Maybe you're not sick right now. But we want to treat yourself, your body, and your mind like a high-performance car, so you can get the most out of it, right? Because remember, speed is so important. Speed is so important when it comes to making money, right? Then we're going to talk about mental health, right? How do you get rid of the negative thoughts, the self-doubt, the depression? Remember, and this is something I had to study a lot because I have bipolar depression. So I had to really master this. I don't take any medication, but the stuff I want to tell you allowed me to still accomplish my goals while having clinically diagnosed bipolar depression. It's going to blow your mind. And then setting up your environment so you succeed. Right. We're going to make these other things that will give you energy so you can not only accomplish your goals, but accomplish them faster. And remember, you need that. Financial success is not about how much money you make. It's about how fast you can make the money. Right. Now, let me show you why it's important. Let's say you got energy. You got tons of energy. Right. And you got tons of discipline. You're a regular Terminator. Right. But you don't have goals. You don't have goals. You don't have, and or they're not clear, right? What do you think happens? You have no focus. You have no focus. You're kind of like a Jersey Shore character or a club promoter or a cocaine addict, right? You got all this energy, and you're willing to do anything, but you're going nowhere fast, right? It's very important. Okay. All right, let's take it another step. Let's say you got goals. You know exactly what you want, you know exactly how to get there, and you got tons of energy, right? You got tons of energy, but you don't have any discipline. You can't focus worth a goddamn, right? What do you think happens? What do you think is going to happen, man? What kind of results you're going to get? Yeah, you're going to get no results, no success, no success, right? You'll accomplish nothing, you know. All right, now let's say you have the goals and the discipline, right? You're ready to go, but you don't have any energy. What do you think happens? No, you don't make any progress. You don't make any progress. All right. And check this out. Check this out. You're kind of like, let's say you're kind of like a Lamborghini, right? Lamborghini, it can do anything. It's a high performance machine, right? And it has the GPS and knows exactly how to get to its destination, but it doesn't have any gas. You need the gas. You need the best gas. You can't just put regular gas in the Lamborghini. You got to put the premium in there, baby. Right? So this is what we're going to talk about in the next modules. I'm going to break down each one of these, and it's vital. It's vital that you watch this. It's vital that you watch each one of these videos and implement it, because if you don't, I am confident you will fail, bro. We already went through why all these are important. And even if you think you have them, or even if you have them, what we're going to go over this is going to make it so much better. So much better. Listen, don't skip this. I'm telling you, I came from nothing. I'm a multi-millionaire, right? And I'm about to teach you how you can do the same. You do not want to miss this. In the very next video, we're going to go over clear goals. We're going to help set up clear goals. And you might have goals, but are they clear goals? Most people don't have clear goals. Don't feel bad if you don't. And you might think you have clear goals, but you might get a different you might change your attitude on that once you watch this next video. It's really important. That's why we're starting with it. Next video, we're gonna go over clear goals. All right, let's get into it.